Okay, so Rajesh, thank you for joining us here today. And the reason why I called you on this call is basically because while in the current situation, business owners are really facing a lot of adversities, and the adversities actually that they have never faced, or in fact never imagined. And many of them, cursing the lockdowns. But I heard something very interesting and inspiring last week when we had a conversation, and I want actually all the business owners to get inspired and educated about how you are doing it, and I want actually them to get inspired. So that's the reason we are talking today. But before that, I actually want you to give a little background about your business, and also if you can give a perspective of how this COVID-19 pandemic has impacted your business, so that audience can get some idea of what your business is and how you're getting impacted currently.
Okay, I'll just I actually thank you that you felt that it is something which I can share with you. Uh, Now my company is Atharva Engineers. We are actually into kind of life-saving business. We are into system installations for fire protection uh, all over India,
Mm-hmm.
and we have been doing this for around 20 years now.
Mm-hmm.
So we have a quite a big team size. Our internal team is around 80, and we hire people as and when required. So that is around 200 people working when the lockdown started.
Okay.
So the entire team was spread all across India, like Gujarat, Rajasthan, Haryana, in Maharashtra, 4 or 5 locations. So we have a big team size.
Mm-hmm.
So lockdown, as for everyone, it came as a shock for us. Uh,
Okay.
we
Mm-hmm.
we didn't expect that it will happen suddenly. We actually had anticipated somewhere in second week of March that this is going to come, but we didn't expect that it will come in such a sharp way that everything will be put on hold.
Okay. 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 So, Rajesh, can you tell our viewers as to how this pandemic has impacted you? One is that you just mentioned that you have about 80 people in your staff and 200 people at different sites.
Yeah.
So apart from that, how about the business? So handling team is one thing, but how about the business? How do you see the business coming in this period?
Actually, as for everyone else, there's no business happening from the
Mm-hmm.
time lockdown started. We have enough business to take care for next 6 to 7 months.
Mm-hmm.
We have enough orders to take care of all people and continue working for 6 7 months. So
Okay.
order is not a problem, and even during lockdown, we have been getting a lot of inquiries and tenders, which we are working on digital platform through
Mm-hmm.
digital meetings and conference calls. So that is happening.
Okay.
But for us, the important thing is to retain the team that we have and take care of them properly till the
Mm-hmm.
time the lockdown is lifted. Because
Mm-hmm.
all the people who are staying at remote locations, all sites are greenfield sites. So
Mm-hmm.
they are staying at remote locations. So we had to take care of their medical facilities, food availability, proper staying, and keeping up their morale was the
Mm-hmm.
biggest thing that we had to work on.
Okay, so what all things you are doing actually to take care of so many people at so many different sites? How are you managing it? So what all facilities you are giving them currently?
See, we have attached to many hospitals at each locations. So
Mm-hmm.
at least 2 or 3 hospitals we normally attach ourselves, and we are taking services of those hospitals to have a regular medical checkups of all the staff and labor who are staying at that location,
Mm-hmm.
and we are providing and ensuring that they get timely food and whatever requirements they have in
Mm-hmm.
terms of proper staying at those locations.
Okay, so I think next next question is everybody has this fear and everybody has this big question in front of them is how actually in this situation, how are you managing the cash flows specifically because you have such a big team and expenses going on at office also?
Yeah, as it is for everyone, it is tough for us also. Uh, we planned this in first week of April. We realized that we have to sustain for a longer period of time. So we squeezed all other payments than the essential payments. So we laid down a plan for 3 months till June end, and what is our requirement just to sustain, nothing else, just to sustain, take care of our team, their medical expenses, uh, all that. We plotted all regular expenses, and we planned it nicely so that we can take care of team as well as the basic fixed expenses.
Okay.
It is tough. I know that it is tough. We are still struggling for it. Yeah, we are able to manage.
Okay. So I what I gather from this conversation is that you are focusing a lot on the team and retaining the team is what I understand so far.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah. Okay. So while many business owners feel that nothing much can be done in this lockdown period because nothing is moving, what is your view on this?
Okay, that is interesting. After 6 weeks, I can tell you that we have utilized this time to the best of our abilities. I mean, uh, we knew that we had to keep the morale of the team lifted all the time. So we as a team ensured that everybody is kept busy to a certain extent, may not be full. In first week, there was some leniency in implementing the lockdown. So we took an advantage of that, and we mobilized our resources to everybody's home, like delivering files, laptops, desktops, or data for that matter. So we ensured that everybody has enough resources to work from home. And as the year had ended abruptly, we had to take care of our balance sheet. The compliances has to be done. Government doesn't give much of excuses for that. So accounts team started working, the purchase team started working. Then we ensured that all our departments are working from home. So we gave them new ideas on what to work, different kind of procedures. We worked on ISO, which we had been working 3 years prior to lockdown, 3 months prior to lockdown. So everybody was encouraged to complete all documentation and procedures for ISO. Then whatever we miss out in regular working environment, we ensured that everybody gets a piece of it and they start working and keep themselves busy.
Oh, great. Fantastic. Okay, so Rajesh, can you tell us what you and your team has been working on in this period? Because many of us are feeling that there is, many of us in the sense, many of the business owners are feeling that there is nothing that could be done in this period. So what's your view on this?
Okay. Actually, as we spoke sometime last week, this was a blessing for us. We had been, at a faster pace for last 3-4 years. We didn't get any break. The entire team was working all the time and running towards some goal. So this unnatural break gave us some opportunity to look at what we had done and to find out the things that we could improve on. So we motivated our team to work on each department, their lacunas. Like accounts department, we did audit ourselves for the entire year again, through which we found out all issues that we had been facing. Cure to that, we listed down all the procedures which can eliminate all those problems. The purchase team also worked on different categorization and making smoother purchases, reducing number of suppliers for a particular commodity.
Okay.
Along with that, the design team started working on procedures and drawing checklist, comparing things with best practices in the field, attending webinars which give improved knowledge. And during this time, we really worked on digital presentation for our sales team,
Okay.
because the time is going to change now. Very
Mm-hmm.
few senior people will give us time to have face-to-face meeting. So
True.
we prepared the presentations. We reviewed them again and again. We actually had practice sessions with various people to understand how we present, and we took suggestions from them to
Mm-hmm.
improve on presentations. So the entire sales team got a heck of it how to do it online, because we are in a brick mortar business where everybody wants us to be present across the table and explain
Yeah.
whatever things we are doing. So
True.
now this may not be possible in
Oh. Hmm.
future.
So,
This is how, yeah.
okay. So you said you worked on accounting system. You worked on SOPs. You worked on different procedures. You worked on design checklists and a lot of things, and sales, particularly sales. How you can sell in this new format, that is how to sell virtually is what you worked on. Was there anybody in your organization who was I mean, not given any task, or everybody was kind of given some project or the other to work on?
Yeah, I mean, it is tough to keep everyone busy,
Mm-hmm.
but initially we didn't think about it. But
Mm-hmm.
latter part, after a couple of weeks, we observed that some of the team members are not having any work. I
Mm-hmm.
mean, how can we motivate them? Uh, Typically, side team,
Mm-hmm.
they have very less documentation to take care all the time. So they are
Okay.
mainly people who execute. Now, when
Mm-hmm.
they are sitting at their home or site accommodations, we thought about it. Then we had conference calls, video conference calls with them, and we decided with like safety team and project engineer teams. We divided them into small teams,
Mm-hmm.
and we requested them to take up some tasks. So
Mm-hmm.
after having calls, they took up their own calls
Mm-hmm.
and decided to work on procedures that they follow at
Mm-hmm.
site. Whatever they do, they decided to write it down
Mm-hmm.
and prepare small videos of each activity that they carry out whenever they
Okay.
go to site. So when they are
Mm-hmm.
in lockdown, they prepared activity charts and procedures.
Mm-hmm.
So whenever the lockdown opens up, they are going to go to site and prepare those videos, which
Mm-hmm.
will be useful for future teams which
Okay.
will be coming in, and even for reference purposes internally.
Absolutely. So I think there was a lot of thing to work on. I mean, you had enough to work on.
Yeah. I mean, most of them were kept busy.
We see. Okay. Fantastic. That's really nice to hear. That's really fantastic. So in this whole thing about working on these SOPs and practices, which people are not really used to working day in day out, how did your team support you specifically with this condition that they were working from home?
To be honest, most of my team members were really proactive.
Mm-hmm.
I was just a kind of encouragement for them.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't physically work with them. We just discussed few ideas how it can be done, and they came up with various options and ideas, and a lot of things they decided to do on their own. So there was hardly anything which was like spoon feeding to them,
Mm-hmm.
because nobody wants to sit at home and just do nothing. I mean, you can
Mm-hmm.
do it for a week or so, but
Mm-hmm.
for such a longer period of time, you need to work. And
Mm-hmm.
this was a different activity
Mm-hmm.
which was going to keep them busy and
Mm-hmm.
add to their knowledge, professional edge when they
Mm-hmm.
come again to work. So that
Mm-hmm.
was a big thing for me. They were like spontaneous in many
Oh.
places.
But I think I give that credit to you, because it is the way you have handled and groomed your team that they were so proactive and started working with full potential from home as well. Because many places I feel that if they are not connected with the organization properly, if there is a disengagement, then this is like a paid holiday for them.
Yeah, that's
Paid whatever, I don't know 100%, but a paid holiday is what they have taken. But I think in your case, your team has really done
yeah,
wonders.
I'm really proud to have such kind of team. I can tell you,
Fantastic.
they are really
And
great.
yeah, another point that comes to my mind is since your business is quite dependent on site activities, and there is a lot of requirement of labor, to carry out those site activities. What people are hearing and fearing is this labor is actually going to go away to their hometowns, villages, as soon as they get opportunity, and that has the migration has already started, and it has been going on in huge volumes. So how do you think this particular scenario affecting your business?
This question started coming up right from April.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody was worried,
Mm-hmm.
and the thing that we don't treat them as outsiders, even if they are contract laborers, because the entire business depends on them, and they are part of our team.
Mm-hmm.
So initially itself, we took internal meetings and we decided that we are going to take care of each and every labor who is working with us on that day.
Mm-hmm.
So we will ensure that they get good food and all medical facilities, and their staying arrangements are kept intact. So our safety teams on site started having inspection every day. You will not believe this, but we have a record of all the days in lockdown. What was the temperature of that person? So we
Wow.
recorded everybody's temperature. I have record of 193 laborers
Mm-hmm.
for last maybe more than 50 days. So our HR team was keeping a track of everybody's health every day. So
Mm-hmm.
we monitored them and we assured them that whatever happens in the market, whatever people go out and do anything, we are not going to leave you like this. If
Mm-hmm.
you want to go to your hometown, yes, you can go, because it's a emotional thing.
Right.
Whatever happens, if even we want to stay with your family in these times, and
Mm-hmm.
those people are staying away from their family, they are worried about their family. But we assured them that as soon as you get any traveling facility, you are free to go. But till
Mm-hmm.
that time, we will take care of you. We will take proper care of you. So
Mm-hmm.
with that, I am happy to say this, that after the third lockdown,
Mm.
when government started giving permissions to operate in some areas, in green zones, we had all the laborers, 193 laborers working with us,
Mm-hmm.
and none of them had gone back.
Wow.
So that is our strength, I should say.
That is commendable. I think the kind of investment that you have put in them is actually paying back in terms of getting all the work restarted again at sites.
Yeah, actually, I should say this is the character of our company. I mean, we value that
Mm-hmm.
because it is important. I mean, it's an emotional thing, as I said. Everybody wants to go and stay with their families, but
Mm-hmm.
because of travel restrictions and all, you are not able to go.
Right.
It is our moral responsibility to take care of everybody.
True. Absolutely true. And to end the session, I would request you to give one message to all the business owners out there, typically with respect to this current situation and the adversities that they are going through. What would it be that you would like to advise the business owners?
Okay, I'm not sure if I am old enough to give advices, but yeah, I mean, what what I am doing, I can tell you, is that I'm really positive. I know that this is not going to last longer.
Mm-hmm.
Few months we have to live with it. It depends on the government policies,
Mm-hmm.
but there is not going to be any dearth of business. We are going to keep on eating. We are going to keep on wearing clothes. So the market is going to come back again,
Mm-hmm.
and our job is to sustain along with our team till the time we don't come out of this lockdown. That's what I can say.
Fantastic. So, for the benefit of the listeners, I think I would like to summarize the discussion in few points so that it is available as a concentrate at one place. Is one is that you mentioned the lockdown has been a blessing for you because you could accomplish a lot many things that probably you wanted to but could not for demand of or availability of time. So working on those procedures and systems and digital presentations and trainings, all those things that you could work on, and I'm sure that is going to help you run much faster once we reopen in full fledged. I think that preparation and fueling was required. That's what you have worked on. That's a great point. Secondly, a very important point for me, takeaway for everybody is investing in your team is what will get you results in a long term. So when there is a problem that many business owners are facing, that their labor has gone away and they are not finding labor to start the sites again, in your case, because you took care of your entire staff and people, even if they are on contract, so well that none of them have left, and you could actually start your site activities much faster. So investing in your team. And the third major takeaway for me has been, keeping your 100% team 100% engaged is, I think that's one of the biggest thing that
Yes,
could, keep the moral up. Otherwise, empty mind is,
absolutely.
devil's workshop. So I think uh, three fantastic takeaways for everybody.
Yeah.
Uh,
We have a slogan. We just started. I'm happy to tell you we have started 8 projects out of 12.
mhm.
So our slogan is "Let us rise again."
Wow.
That is the motto which we are carrying. Let us rise again.
Mhm. Great. Fantastic. So I think with that, I want to thank you for addressing everybody and coming on to the call and sharing what you're doing. So that the purpose is that I want all the business owners to get inspired and start doing something, because the lockdowns, at least for next 15 days, it has extended, and we don't know how frequently this will happen.
That's true.
So to make the best use of their available time, I think everybody needs to get into action, and that is the reason for me to hold this call. Because I want basically them to get inspired and start working on something. Thank you so much for
Yeah.
your
Yeah. My pleasure,
advice.
Milind.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. Thank you so much.
Yeah.